Welcome to the Wanderer's Tarot. Okay, so to start out, I'm an intuitive reader. I don't read just traditional meanings. Also, if there are any bits of advice I can give when it comes to tarot readings, please understand. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, try again later. General readings are just that. They're general readings. Don't try to force anything. Also, do not ever take this in place of professional advice. If you are needing financial, health, or legal advice, please seek the according professionals. I am here for entertainment purposes only, okay? So, Libra, month of March. I hope you guys have all been doing good in this new year. So far, things have definitely changed within the last couple of years, but let's go ahead and see what we got going for you. Libra for March, Libra for March, Libra for March, March, Libra for March. Good golly. All right. Libra, what are we doing here? Oh, well, at least it's a happy ending, right? Goodness. Okay. All right. Okay. Little messy here, but okay. I'm getting relationship on this. We've got Page of Wands, Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Wands in reverse, okay? So, typically, the Page of Wands to me, kind of a sleazy lounge lizard type, almost like if a guy came up to you at a bar giving you some of the worst one-liners to try and hit on you, you know, that kind of type, you know, seeming to think it's really going to work. It's just kind of off-putting. That is the type of portrayal here that I'm getting. Definite con artist type. Real con artist type. After something specific, not quite sure what just yet because we're right in the middle of the read, but being this way is quite natural to this person. It doesn't feel like much work for them. It doesn't take much effort. They'd rather be conning people out of something than putting the effort in by getting a job and paying for it themselves. So this is almost their way of life, okay? The difficult part to this, though, and I don't want you to feel bad, is that they are very charming. They know that they come off as cheesy, and that's part of the charm, but for them, somehow that's how they manage to get through. They just kind of have a golden tongue. You know what I mean? Like, if I were to try this, it just would fall flat on its face, but they kind of have that little extra oomph behind them where you can laugh it off because that's how they portray it. You don't take it as serious or as predatory, I guess you could say. But that's really what is the meaning behind it with them. It just doesn't appear that way. So they've conned a lot of people. They're still conning people because that's just how they live. It's a lifestyle for them. The good part here is that you're going to catch on to this. You're not going to have to get into a battle over it because you catch on pretty quickly, verbally, put them to the test, catch them in the act. The Five of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, the Queen of Swords can be pretty icy when necessary, I'm not gonna lie. But the Five of Swords, especially here, is them realizing that you're gonna put up a fight and they really don't want, again, they're doing this out of laziness. So they really don't want the fight. So they're willing to walk away, but still kind of leaves you a little bit in shock. Yeah. Shock, frustration. Ten of Swords, Queen of Wands in reverse, and Ten of Cups, okay? So you're kind of like, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. How the heck did I get in this situation? Like, why didn't I see this sooner? I mean, I'm glad I saw it when I did, so it didn't progress any further, but how the heck did this go down? Like, why didn't I see the red flags when I should have? Now looking back on it, because hindsight's always 20/20, and beating yourself up, Libra, is what you do. You guys, as a group, are some of the sweetest people, but the only problem, and yes, you guys are very fair, the only problem that you have, and the reason that you are so indecisive about things, is because you guys see both sides to the argument, and you can talk yourself in circles, and it makes making decisions insane. Like I said, you guys are the sweetest people, but, you know, you're beating yourself up about this, and you came out on top with the Nine of Cups. So does it really make a difference? No. I mean, emotionally, it didn't go as far as it needed to, or it should have, because that's what their intent was. So emotionally, you still got your cups, and you got to exercise your swords, your throat chakra. You definitely dug into them. You got to say what you needed to say, but mentally, you're just beating yourself up over this. I mean, you've even got the Ace of Swords here. The Ace of Swords, I mean, seriously, you were in full freaking dagger mode. Wow. You know? And rightly so. This person was trying to cheat you out of house and home there. Freaking sly dog. But anyway, let's go ahead and get some more detail and see what the heck this specifically came from. Ooh. Oh, now I see why. Are you an introvert, Libra? Are you my introvert? Is that what this is? That's why you're slamming yourself over this? That's what this is. You were like, why the heck did I even go out that night? I would have never met this asshole. I would have never had to deal with it. I came out of my shell for 2 seconds. Got into this conversation. The person seemed really freaking cool. I was down to chat, hang out, and go figure, it's that one person that decided to target me the one time I came out of my shell. You're not losing a whole lot of sleep over it, but it definitely pulled some triggers for you. Let's put it that way. Definitely pulled some triggers for you as an introvert. There's a reason introverts are introverts. Even if they don't think there's a reason. There usually is. Let's see. 7 of Wands. Feeling like fighting everybody. Being feisty now. Once they got your motor going, like, ready for that fight, right? So once they got your verbal line in the sand of this is enough, you went into fight mode, which as a Libra is not normal for you. Mars is not a ruling planet for you. If anything, Venus is, and that's the planet of love. It's the exact opposite, right? But to really love someone, you got to be able to feel a little bit of that hate too sometimes, right? Because they get under that skin, but it's just not like you. You really got to be provoked to get to that point. This is a lot of frustration And a lot of that frustration is stemming from the fact that someone deceived you. And that is one thing a Libra does not like, is being deceived. Okay. Ooh. So you kind of feel like they tried to play themselves off as a charity case, but the universe was like, no, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. We gave Libra intuition for a reason. And so all of that came hard and fast. Wow. You guys really kind of got hit out of left field. I'm sorry. Gemini. I'm sorry. Let's see what we can find with your astrology cards. See if maybe there's some additional messages here for you. This was pretty cut and dry for you guys this month. Normally, I get a little bit more for you guys, but it feels like it's a very specific read too. And on a general read, it's not normally like that for me, but this is very specific. And Libras, you guys tend to be a little more on the social side. Even though you're an introvert, you can tolerate it a little bit more. But it's just funny getting hit right as you come out of being in your cave for a little bit. What else have we got for Libra? What else have we got for Libra? No. What else have we got for Libra? There we go. Okay. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay. The second house, physical security, possessions, material values, self-worth. It feels like this is what the person was after physical possessions, something that you had, that they saw, that they wanted. I wouldn't even be surprised if this is someone that was within a work setting, maybe a new person that was coming into the group that was trying to play nice, maybe even going after something that you were wanting to get, some kind of promotion or something. This person is definitely a deceiver, a trickster of sorts, but like I said, the best term to me is a con artist, someone that plays buddy-buddy but really is your enemy. Those are the worst kind. They tend to be narcissistic, truly, and a covert narcissist, that is kind of the worst to battle. So, fire, confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. Yep, you got it. Especially with those swords. I mean, swords are of the air signs anyway, and with you being an air sign, when you need to, you can really cut. you needed to in this situation. Gemini, curiosity, intellect, and networking. Gemini, that's a sister sign there. So I think that's where you felt a little burnt. There was a little curiosity there. There was some networking involved with it being within a work kind of setting. And you reached out. You came out of that hermit mode and tried, and there was that conflict, and you were beating yourself up over it. Things happen. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't try again next time. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen that way every time. To be honest with you, it feels like it was kind of a one-off situation, even though you're bashing yourself for it. House 3, early learning, childhood relations, and the rational mind and communication. Oof. Feeling like this is a bit of a trigger for you because, you know, having a narcissist in the household growing up wouldn't make running into another narcissist a trigger, now would it? So House 3 being of communication. This also comes into your ability to fend for yourself verbally, which you did. You may be a well-trained child of a family of narcissists. So in saying that, even though it triggered, you still kept your mind in the right spot to defend yourself. You still kept everything observant about your surroundings and what was being said and what was going on. And this is how you caught on to it before it got too far or too deep. So, again, don't beat up on yourself about it. You caught on. That's the positive out of this. You did catch it. You stood face to face with it. You threw down your boundaries, and you dodged a bullet. Let's see what the moon cards have to say, shall we? What kind of moons we got going on with this? Ooh. What do you need to release? This is a waning moon. I think in this situation, what you're needing to really focus on releasing is judging yourself for making a mistake that anybody else could have made. Someone putting one over on you, I mean, getting conned or scammed is, anybody's vulnerable to that, especially when these people do that as a lifestyle or a living. Do not beat up on yourself for it. So feelings of guilt are something that you need to release. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah. You figured out the situation and you walked right around it and you continued on. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Ooh. New moon in Pisces. This is taking a little more time for yourself. Learning to slow down a little bit too. You may have been able to catch on a little sooner had you dove a little deeper too. Question things a little sooner. Taking your time in deciding things. Now, Libra, you're kind of, again, you waffle a little bit, but not taking forever in trying to make a decision either, but trying to get to the bottom of things a little bit more rather than just looking at the superficial side of it. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Again, guilt tripping yourself, beating yourself up. You are not a perfectionist. You don't need to be a perfectionist. So it's okay. Things happen. You got to learn to take it on the nose sometimes. So that is everything I have for you for March. A little bit of a speed bump. Nothing major. Not losing life or limb. Are you still alive at the end of March? Yes. So yes, you're gonna be okay. It's not that dire. It's just something that you needed to be made aware of. Hey, this is what's going on. This is what it's a learning lesson is what it is. It's a teaching moment. So nothing wrong with that. Still going to be chugging along, and then hopefully in April when we come back to revisit, you guys will have some better things in tow. So, you know, you got one more tool for the tool belt. Moving right along. All right. I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you so much, Libra, for your time, and good night.